Hi guys, Mr. Waffles here, and today I'm bringing you my Tower of Babel Easter Egg guide, except this time, instead of taking it from the Maxis side, we're going to take it from the Richtofen side. So, step 1 is to turn on the power. If you don't know how to do this, I do have a video explaining how on my channel, so you can click the annotation at the top of the screen and it will take you right there. However, if you've already figured out how to do that and you know what you're doing, then I'm going to just notify you about this guy. This chappie right here is extremely important, okay? Whoever is this character will be the only person that can be, who can hear Richtofen, basically. So, Richtofen is going to be talking to this character, and this person, whoever's playing as that character, he's called Samuel, is then going to have to convey the information back to the rest of the team. Or I could just tell you in the video, which I will do. So, the thing that you're going to want to do after you turn on the power, is you're going to want to construct the wonder weapon. Now, I'm going to make the assumption that most of you already know how to make the wonder weapon, but this is just me getting a random part of it, and it's got 4 parts in total. If you guys do want a wonder weapon guide, then let me know in the comments section below, and I can do that on how exactly to make the entire thing. I can show you the exact spawn locations of every single part for it if you think that would be useful. Now, once you've built the wonder weapon, it's going to be something like this. You're going to want to go to the crop field, which is underneath this tower here. Now, the electricity you won't have unless you've done the Maxis Easter Egg already, and for some reason we had that bus part there. It was just decided to just chill. The sort of plow at the front of the bus was just there. Go home, plow. You're drunk. Go home. But so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your wonder weapon part. You're going to want to get your wonder weapon fully built. Bring it over into this area and then fire it until it explodes. I normally aim at the table which I've built, although you don't have to do that as far as I'm aware. You can just sort of basically fire it, and once it explodes, it'll overheat and explode. The parts will be on the floor, which is what I'm showing you here, like the little wire there, and so this will be what it looks like when it's built, and on the floor, the part, that's where they will sit in your inventory. So you're going to want to do that step, and then Richtofen is going to tell you that you need to, now that you've heated up the obelisk, he says that you need to collect 115 from the flesh of the zombies. And you're going to do that by making them go boom. So, moving on to the next step here, your goal is essentially to hoard the zombies up below the, and I'm going to call this thing the obelisk, or sometimes the tower, but mainly the obelisk. You're going to want to hoard the zombies below the obelisk, and again, don't worry about the electricity stuff around the sides if you haven't done the Maxis Easter Egg already, although there is a guide for that on my channel, so feel free to go do that. But the hoard needs to be built up, and then Richtofen will say that your hoard of the Untoten is large enough, and you're going to be able to basically kill them. He says, like, now take them under the actual obelisk itself and make them go boom. So you're going to go round and around and around and do basically what you need to do. Thankfully, our player who is playing as Samuel had an RPG, which made things a lot easier, because obviously the RPG makes things go boom. So this clip here is basically just going to be sped up of me pretty much just doing this entire step. Just going round and round and round and blowing up the zombies until right at the end you'll see that Samuel actually stops, and I just sort of look at him, and that's because the person I was talking to in party chat was basically saying that there was a Richtofen quote at that time, and so we needed to hear exactly what it was that they were saying. The quote itself is that you have too much power now and you need to decrease it by a scale factor of 4. Now this is where things get really janky. I think janky is probably the right word to use. Things get very annoying at this point because you have to really rely on luck. What you're going to be seeing on your screen now is a little bit of gameplay of basically me just sort of gaining points. I mean, I started this round on very few points. I ended up on something like 16, 17,000, something along those lines, because I was just point building the entire time using my Galvanuckles and stuff, and the 5/7s, just so that I could build as many points as possible, because you're going to need every single person on your team to have EMP grenades. That's right, every single freaking person has to have EMPs. It's a 4-player Easter egg, for those of you that weren't already familiar with that concept, and so you have to have each person with the EMP grenades, because you're going to need to simultaneously throw these EMP grenades at the glowing green street lamps that you can find dotted around the map. And if you do this with enough sort of precision, you will finish the Easter egg. It is literally the end of the Easter egg if you do that. So what you're basically going to be seeing now is just me building points, boxing loads, and then eventually, thank goodness, it took a hell of a long time. I spent like 50 grand on the box to get these things. That's worse than most of the time when you're going for a wonder weapon in like a high round run or something. But spent loads of money on the box, and then eventually came out with the EMP grenades. Now, obviously, everyone in your game has to do this as well. I was the second last to do it, and it was just generally, it took a rather long time. But we did eventually manage to get them. This is actually our first attempt as well at doing it co-op. I actually did this, just sort of for a bit of backstory, I did all these steps solo on, I think it was the 5th, maybe the 6th of November. But then could not get past the bit where you obviously have to do it simultaneously, and so I couldn't go any further. And it's only now that I'm able to pursue this and actually do it co-op, basically. So just boxing and boxing and boxing. Finally get the EMPs, and I'm like, yes, 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 happy face. And so we're going to be able to go and do the final part. Okay, so ages later, when everyone has finally got their EMPs, you're going to want to go and you're going to want to coordinate with your teammates a time, like the exact time at which you're going to throw these things at the green-powered street lamps. So not the street lamp there that you can see on the left side of my screen just a moment ago. Not those ones. It has to be one of the ones that is glowing green, and then this will happen. You'll finish the Easter egg, you'll get the achievement. I already had the achievement, so it didn't pop up. And then there'll be these purple, like, electric sort of power line things flowing into the actual obelisk, the actual tower, the actual spire. And that is pretty much the end of the Easter egg. I mean, there is very little else to actually say about this, other than the fact that I will be posting plenty more Black Ops 2 videos, tutorials, Easter eggs and stuff in the future. I've got lots and lots of things to talk about. I've been staying up really, really late to do these Easter eggs for you guys, and hopefully you guys are really appreciative of that, and that's all great. If you have enjoyed this video, then leave a like. If you haven't, then let me know why in the comment section below. I've Mr. Waffles, going to leave you with just a tidbit more gameplay of the actual tower and what it looks like, and then I will, fingers crossed, see you in my next video, guys. Okay, if you have any questions about the Easter egg, leave them in the comments as well, and I'll try and answer as best I can. 4-player only, 4 EMP grenades, like a set of EMP grenades each. Power on, Richterfun, that's about it. Okay, I'm Mr. Waffles, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. That's too good for you. My mind.